All right, welcome to a brand new segment here for today, a new topic, and that is going to be none other than songs we're just sick of hearing. Songs I now despise, overplayed songs. If I never hear this song again, I wouldn't miss it. Basically, all of the above. That's just where we're at right now. And this is an episode I was going to try to get somebody on to do it with me, but I figure it's going to take too long to probably go through it with somebody else. So I figured I'll just do it by myself here. So I'm going to take the bull by the horns here, and we're going to just dig right in. So the first song that I can remember that I really never really got liked or really just got sick of real fast, we'll talk Pink Floyd Money. For some reason, that song just irks me. Definitely despise it. I can pretty much listen to any other Floyd song and not get sick of it, but when Money comes on, boom, off the radio it goes. And from there, we'll get into an artist who has three songs on this list, which is not an easy feat to do, but he did it, and that's none other than Ozzy Osbourne. The first song I'll bring up is Crazy Train. I feel that song was a great song at one point until I heard it for 300,000 times, which, after a while, you just get sick of hearing a song. It just gets ruined for you. And that's exactly what happened to me. It just got ruined. Crazy Train. Um, what can be said? Randy Rhoads on guitar, but it just wasn't enough to, at this point in my life, I can do without hearing it again, no doubt. And the other two songs that comes from Ozzy that I also feel I'm really sick of hearing is No More Tears, which is a song I never really thought that highly of to begin with. But man, these radio stations and places you go just beat that song right down your throat. It's just totally ridiculous. As Davy Cretin would say, rant on. And the other song is Mama, I'm Coming Home, another blase song from Ozzy that just irks me. Um, Most of the other songs I can tolerate or deal with because they're really good songs, but these three just want to make me go out and strangle somebody if I hear them again. Another one that I really sick of hearing. It's one of those ones, this guy probably has about 10 classic great songs out, but for some reason the radio always decides to play The Stroke. And obviously I'm talking about Billy Squire, another song that's definitely seen better days, just sick of it. Definitely could do without. Now, this group has a lot of great songs. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But these two songs I can do without. If they weren't in their catalog would be even better. And that's none other than Cheap Trick, I Want You to Want Me, and Gonna Raise Hell. Gonna Raise Hell isn't a song you might hear on the radio a lot, but if you go see the band, they like to play it live, and it's just you can hear two or three songs they could fit in that place instead of hearing a overextended 10-minute song of Gonna Raise Hell, that a song I just can't stand. Um, every time I hear it, it feels like I heard it 100 times, even though it's not as overplayed per se as many of the songs that we're mentioning here, but still, enough to drive one crazy here. This one just came to me while I was coming up my list, but yeah, Heart of Glass by Blondie, another one that's just overplayed. They have so many other good songs out there that just never really get the light of day. And these radio stations nowadays, it's just ridiculous that it's like they only see like the very minimal number of songs for an artist. And it's just a shame. Here's an artist who had all these albums out, and yet you always hear another one bites the dust and Bohemian Rhapsody constantly. Obviously, I'm talking about Queen. Just two songs that I can definitely do without. Would not miss them one bit if they were never to be played again. And this one definitely falls in the overplayed category, and that's going to be coming from Europe. And we have not one, but we've got two songs, and that's going to be the Final Countdown and Carrie. Obviously, no really explanation is needed for either of those two. It seems like everywhere you go, that's the only songs they know by Europe, unfortunately. Now, this band at one time was legendary, but then something happened in the 1980s to them, and it's a shame. Talking about Genesis, and the songs I'm talking about are from their latter part of their career, obviously. The song titled Invisible Touch, definitely, man, these guys really, I don't know what happened to them, but really, the Invisible Touch is definitely ridiculous. That's not exactly the song I'd be jumping for joy at to see in concert. And Tonight, 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 another lame song that you hear all the time. And of course, I Can't Dance. Just three songs that just, man, really, this band kind of killed their legacy with this last couple albums they made prior to calling it a career. Um, Now we get to the boys from New Jersey, Bon Jovi. And obviously this has nothing to do with anything on their part. You know, they have nothing to control about how often their song is played on the air or anything like that. But living on a prayer, you know, yeah, I could, I mean, I don't hate the song, but it's gotten to the point now where it feels like I'm banging my head up against the wall when I hear it. And another song that's this is the first song that I really started to get annoyed with by Bon Jovi, and that would be Wanted Dead or Alive. Ugh. Used to think it was a great song when it came out in 1986, but man, ever since then, definitely could do without it after hearing it for, over 1,000 times. Another artist that really has, I give him two songs that really make me want to scream, and that's Free Fallin', which is such a great song that's just definitely been killed by the radio, unfortunately, over the years. And American Girl, never really saw what people saw in this song to begin with, but man, is that overplayed. He has so many other songs we can pick to play. Why play those two constantly? That's my rant on Petty. Metallica, you knew this song was going to be on here. Enter Sandman. What can be said? Everywhere you go, you hear this one, and anytime I don't hear it is a treat. And the same with this next one. They both came out pretty much around the same area of time. And it's AC/DC's Thunderstruck, another song that just has worn out its welcome with me. And believe it or not, there's one Led Zeppelin song that's going to make this list. And believe it or not, it's not Stairway to Heaven, and it's not um, rock and roll or anything else. It's actually Whole Lot of Love. Just never really got into the song, and the more I hear it, the more I despise it. We'll leave it at that. Motley Crue comes up next. So we're almost done here. We got a few more bands to list here. Motley Crue's three songs that really irk me by them. And believe it or not, Home Sweet Home isn't on here yet. Someday, maybe. Not yet. I've got Dr. Feelgood as the one song that I can do without from Motley Crue for sure, followed by Kickstart My Heart and Wild Side. These songs have just been beaten to death, whether always in the set list or always on the radio, whatever the case. Just too much of these three songs. Definitely need to hear less or not at all. Def Leppard got three from this band that really, the number one all-time overplayed song of the world. It's got to be Pour Some Sugar on Me. We got a classic rock station here in Buffalo, 97 Rock. They had I think that's the only song they own by Def Leppard, unless it's like Block Party Weekend or something. And they always play Pour Some Sugar on Me every day. Same old garbage, garbage, garbage. And Rock of Ages is another one I really just can't stand. Over the course of time, that song's really fallen out of favor with me. And Armageddon, another one that's just annoying as hell. Wish they never would have released it as a single, because then we probably wouldn't have to hear it as much on the radio. But there it is. Just annoying, annoying, annoying. And we got two more artists. Now, one of them is my all-time favorite, Aerosmith. So even my favorite band of all time, I got four songs on here that I could do without. The number one song by them is Walk This Way. If I never heard that song again, I would be clicking my heels to my grave. Just horrible, sick of that song. I'm hoping to see a concert someday by them. This is their farewell tour without them playing that song, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. And I did witness a rarity once. I did witness them not playing Dream On, but I've got no issues with Dream On. So, but that was a rare in its rare feat in itself that they didn't play that song, which is very rare in their books. But as far as overplaying, Living on the Edge can definitely kick that song to the curb a mile and a half away. Sick of hearing that one. I don't want to miss a thing. Yeah, it's a number one song. It's a number one cheese song. It's just garbage. And Janie's Got a Gun has really gotten old over time. Just sick of that one. It used to be okay, but now I'm just can do without that one as well. And then if you want to get down to the wire, we got one last group to talk about here. Yes, these guys right here. If you can see the shirt, Mr. Guns N' Roses. 3 songs that irk me from this band. Welcome to the Jungle. Probably heard that song 6,000 times, and that's not a lie. And I hope I don't hear it again. Just sick of that one. Just puts me in a bad mood right away. Paradise City, another one. Just sick of hearing that one. It's like overplayed to the max. And then the other one is Knocking on Heaven's Door, which seems like no matter who sings that song, you just get sick of. I mean, Dylan, other bands have recorded it or played it live a lot. I remember Bret Michaels was even playing it live years ago, and everybody just couldn't stand hearing it. It's like we got it overplayed with Guns N' Roses. Do we need they really need to have it overplayed by having the great Bret Michaels play on it? Especially when there's way more other songs that he could have played in its place. Sadly, that song doesn't matter who sings it. Just sick of. Do not want to hear again. So, Rant City. These songs are just freaking annoying. I definitely do not want to hear them again. Of course, I don't think I can control that. But hey, one can wish, right? So there we have our examples of overplayed songs or songs I despise, or if I never hear this song again, I would not miss it. So thank you for tuning in and leave some of your choices in the comments. Would love to hear what you have to think. Signing off.